For over a decade, there has been a mystery when it comes to Fort Zancudo in GTA 5 and what lies underneath, if there even is an underneath. This clip here is from a video I made back in 2017, 8 years ago. To give a little bit of context, this was around the time when Rockstar added thermal vision to the game, and people noticed some very interesting stuff going on underneath Fort Zancudo, and this is what I had to say.
So, what is down there that is giving off a heat signature? What three things could be down there?
Well, 8 years later, 12 years since the game has actually come out, we finally have an answer. It's taken this long, but we now finally know what is going on under Fort Zancudo. Now, quickly before we do hop to the answer of that mystery, if you are subscribed to my channel and you're waiting for some new GTA 6 info, well, the day I'm recording this, I'm not sure when this video is going to go up, but the day I'm recording it, Rockstar trolled us yet again. If you were stalking Rockstar's social media accounts, you might have seen a trailer and got excited, but it turns out this trailer is just another trailer for GTA 5. So instead of getting GTA 6's trailer 2, we're getting GTA 5's trailer 937th. It did have to do with them announcing the game on PC, at least, is going to be on the Game Pass. The only hope that this brings is this is another GTA 5 announcement that they have gotten now out the way. So maybe the next one is going to be GTA 6 trailer 2. But honestly, more than likely, we're going to get a GTA 5 on Nintendo Switch 2 trailer before we actually get GTA 6's trailer 2. But back to the mystery under Fort Zancudo. Now, I think what actually started the whole mystery about Fort Zancudo was actually the UFO that spawns above it. This is something you can find in single player. I believe they even expanded on this in various GTA Online DLCs, like with the Halloween update. A couple years back, there was a UFO you could find in Fort Zancudo. There's also been the very, very rare Easter egg that you can find a crashed UFO right near Fort Zancudo. But the one in single player at 3 a.m., you can see here from the wiki, you can find a strange green light above the Fort Zancudo bunker. And it is this UFO. So it's different from the other UFOs you can spot. This one's a little bit more advanced looking. It's not visible in this picture, but you can actually see two aliens inside the cockpit. But like I said, this, I think, is what kicked off all of the Fort Zancudo drama back in 2013. And like I showed with the clip from 2017, this mystery got even stranger with the addition of those 3 thermal signatures under Fort Zancudo. As well, there was this elevator that is here. It doesn't go anywhere. It doesn't even open. But for some reason, back in 2017, I'm not sure if this still applies today. If someone has GT Online and still plays it, go check it out and let me know. But even if you had the hangar, which allowed you to not get stars in Fort Zancudo, the second you walked into this elevator, boom, you got 4 stars again. Again, back in 2017. And that just kicked off so many more rumors about what is under Fort Zancudo. Well, this right here is why we now have answers. A beta build for GTA 5 dating back to around July 2013, so from before the game came out, was actually uploaded to the Internet Archive back in March. And the description was that it was some kind of beta build from GTA 5 from a PS3 dev kit. It isn't playable, and most files appear to be corrupted, unfortunately, but there is some knowledge, he actually says here, of Fort Zancudo, the bunker with aliens. So shout out to the guys on the GTA forums beta hunt, GTA 5 beta hunt page. I guess if you had the knowledge to recompile some of the code, you could actually see what a lot of this stuff looks like. And here we actually have Fort Zancudo's bunker. This was cut from the game, but it was originally there. And there's a lot of images about this. It's not the best images because it's in this, game dev state, no textures or anything, but this is down one of the hallways. Here's another hallway, I guess. Another part of a hallway. A third or fourth hallway picture. A fifth one. Very long hallways in Fort Zancudo's bunker. Maybe a little door with a room of some sort. more hallway stuff, more hallway stuff. But yeah, you can see it's a relatively big area under Fort Zancudo. Even got some glass, which is a little weird. Maybe surely that's not glass because it's underground. But more hallways, it just goes on. Now here's actually a bigger area, maybe where they stored like, bigger trucks or something, even though it's underground. Again, I'm not entirely sure how this all worked or even what would have been down here. It actually does look a bit similar to that leaked garage, the leaked like 20 car garage from like 10 years ago, if anyone remembers that. But very cool to see, obviously. Fort Zancudo did have a bunker originally. This was in Rockstar's original plans, but for some reason, in the final cut of the game, all of this was scrapped. And just reading here, apparently most of these textures were actually reused from the Humane Labs interior. So that's why, if you were wondering, there is some similarity there. And he does say there are also 3 alien models, which we do have pictures of. We'll get to in a second here. I guess we do have a little bit of a description. The giant room is a garage loading bay of some sorts. And right here, look, maybe this was supposed to be the Chilean mystery. I don't think that's ever really been solved. So maybe this was the mystery. And for whatever reason, again, Rockstar just removed it. And here we actually have the aliens. Maybe these were the 3 heat signatures that we saw back in 2017. Because you can see there were only 3 here that were found in this build. And if we do scroll up here, just a bit of a description. The aliens are positioned this way in the bunker, probably on operating tables, which does make sense. And apparently there were also other similar alien models in this bunker. Some appear to be placed in preservation tanks, which is very interesting. So seems like there was some really weird stuff going on here under Fort Zancudo when it comes to the aliens. And actually, this is a picture from the movie Independence Day. I guess Rockstar maybe were pulling some inspiration from this movie. But again, it all got cut, unfortunately. And here we have even more. Apparently there's an autopsy room with 3 aliens laid out, which we already mentioned. There's the cryo chamber with more aliens. And here's an overview of the entire bunker. It's a pretty big area. This is what Rockstar took away from us. If we scroll down here, you can see the actual aliens in the room itself. There's no tables or anything, but presumably there would have been if it didn't get cut. You can see some lab coats in the back there. And this also was supposed to be in online. Apparently here, doing some further research based on this leftover path for the original alien textures, the interior was made for GTA Online, and that is because there's this MP corridors there. MP is for multiplayer. That's what all of the other multiplayer, things have. And as far as what the alien looks like, this is what the alien would have looked like, which I think we already knew that. That's kind of been shown already, so nothing new really there. I'll actually zoom into this. Maybe that's different looking in the bunker on the table. I don't know. It's really hard to tell, but that is the alien bunker texture. There was even space potentially being added to GTA 5. I don't know how that would have worked, but there was an unused asteroid prop that referred to space. That is apparently the only reference, so maybe it wasn't going to be that big, but very, very interesting. And there's actually some more stuff, which we'll touch on here in a moment, about a frozen Trevor model. But to close the Fort Zancudo part, 12 years later, it has taken a leaked PS3 dev kit build to finally give us answers. So really, we weren't that crazy back 10 years ago when we were all conspiracy theorists talking about what is under Fort Zancudo. Is it aliens? Is there a jetpack? Well, yeah, there were aliens. Probably wasn't a jetpack, but there definitely was something real to it. Now, why Rockstar removed this from the game, I don't think we'll ever really know that. Like I said, in GTA Online over the last couple of years, they've sort of added a bunch of this alien stuff back into the game, but nothing really under Fort Zancudo, like the bunker itself, has not been re-added. But I did find this very, very interesting, that it's taken 12 years to finally get answers as to what was under Fort Zancudo. Now, let's just hop back to some of the other stuff, because like I mentioned here with the frozen Trevor model, there's also some more interesting stuff in this leaked build. So this frozen model was actually from another ending, I guess maybe a fourth ending, that Rockstar did also scrap. It did just say Trevor Ice, and then underneath it, it had all the parts of his body, you know, hair, hand, feet, head, whatever. I have no idea how Trevor would have ended up in ice in some sort of ending, but if anyone wants to guess, let us know in the comments. There was mention of a cut boat, a flat bottom boat. I guess it was called a gator boat, potentially in game. Presumably that is something like this. When it comes to this though, I think it makes sense why this was cut. LA isn't the type of place you would see something like that. Of course, we do see something like that in GTA 6's trailer. That's a game that makes a lot more sense to see something like that. But yeah, it makes sense maybe why that was cut. Back in 2012, so again, before the game came out, it referenced the Dodo plane, the seaplane. Obviously, that was not in the game initially. They did re-add it in GTA Online years later. The same thing with the monster truck. This was also mentioned back in 2012, vehicle monster truck. They cut that, but then years later, they brought it back also with the Hunter, the helicopter. That was also in the game. There's a lot of stuff. I mean, we sort of knew this over the years. We've seen a lot of it, but it's nice to see some more stuff that was initially planned for the game, but they did have to take out. Hopefully that's not the case with GTA 6, but as we can see, a lot of stuff was removed from GTA 5. It sounds like there was going to be more interiors that they had to cut. There was this shoot first gun store, which was apparently in addition to the ammunition gun stores, but that never made it. And we even had some very, very interesting DLC stuff that I didn't really know about until now. So there was something to do with the professionals and the families. They said remove everything to do with them. And if we just scroll here to the right, try to package all the details for one team together to make it easier to introduce new post-release teams. So the whole cops and crooks and factions thing we have long rumored, that was supposed to be in the game, and it was supposed to release after the launch. And I'm not going to go over all of this, but there's even a lot more cops and crooks content here. I think a lot of this is just clothing, like you can see leather gloves in the cop locker room. I do really wonder if they're going to try something like this in GTA 6, whether it's single player or online. But it seemed like they really wanted to go hard with this faction, you know, cops and crooks mode, but that never, you know, ended up working out for some reason. And here's actually the final thing. Maybe this has to do with Trevor being frozen, but in Finale 1, there was supposed to be a tutorial that prompted press circle to smash Trevor. So I guess Trevor would have been frozen and Michael would have kicked Trevor into a million pieces because his frozen body would have just exploded. I guess that is what would have happened, but yeah, that's wild. And I guess another thing when it comes to Michael dying in, ending B, I think it was, maybe he was supposed to fall into helicopter blades in some way. Now, as of me recording this video, that's pretty much everything that was found out. The build, like it said, there was a bunch of corrupted files. A lot of it you couldn't really access, I guess. It wasn't playable by any means, but still, this gave us a lot of really cool answers, especially the Fort Zancudo stuff, which was 12 years in the making. And then some of the other stuff, some of the other minor things were really cool to see as well. So while we're still waiting for GTA 6, at least we got some more answers, some final answers regarding GTA 5. But that is going to do it for today's GTA 5 or GTA 6 video. Thank you guys for watching. Please drop the video a like if you did enjoy. Hit the subscribe button for more GTA 6 content. Hopefully we get some soon. And as always, I will see you guys in the next one.